dirty, no good backsliding sidewinder. Try to cheat me, will you?
Señorita, por favor, no me mate, soy inocente.
Go on, get over there. Go on.
Por favor, no dispare, señorita.
Are you gonna make good the loss, or do I have to split your head open like I did that water jug? Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Easy, miss. This is my place you're shooting up. Now, Juan cheated you.
Cheated? I'll say I've been cheated. He liked to charge me for a saddle I never got.
Esta mujer no tiene el gano que Dios ha dado al burro. Que Dios
Cállese.
ha dado al
Vamos,
burro.
vamos. Look, miss, this heat's enough to make anyone short-tempered.
Do I get my saddle or not?
What saddle?
Well, that hombre was supposed to load in my wagon and didn't.
Oh, you have a wagon?
Yes, I've got a wagon.
Where is it?
Over there.
Mind if I take a look at it?
Well, I don't see what business...
You want your saddle, don't you?
Why, you...
Yeah, I guess you do. I'd like to take your word for it, ma'am, but I'm not in the habit of giving away saddles. Checking your load is the only way I can tell whether you've been shortchanged. Excuse me?
Didn't expect you to take my word for it. You have to walk so fast, you long-legged galoo.
Got an order?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. One saddle missing. Don't understand it. One never cheated anybody before.
You can see for yourself it sure ain't in a wagon.
Juan? Juan, get over here. Why didn't you give this lady the saddle when she wanted it?
He has a phony way of asking for things, senor.
That's not the point. She's still missing a saddle. Now, where is it?
It's in the wagon, senor.
It can't be. I checked the load.
Where in blazes is it?
It was such a beautiful saddle, senorita did not have the heart to put it with the rest. It's up in front where it belongs.
In front?
See?
This it? Sorry, ma'am. Guess we all make mistakes.
I think I better go now, before we make another.
You in the saddle business?
I am now. Used to be my father's. He did all his trading down here.
Your father?
Josh Stewart. I'm Jean Stewart. Friends call me Dusty.
Yeah, I did business with your dad. You get tired of pounding the wagon?
No. He's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How'd it happen?
He shot in the back.
Dry Gulch, huh? Where was it?
In Sentinel.
Sentinel. I know a lot of people in Sentinel.
Hope you've been getting letters from him regular. Last time they took a census, Boat Hill had quite a population.
Sounds rough.
3 men in a week is rough, mister. Martin Anderson Friday, Shorty Grannis Saturday, Billy Sands Sunday.
Said Billy Sands?
Yeah. Used to run the town's newspaper. He was a fine. This town is just full of gentlemen.
Going someplace, John?
Yeah, Doc.
With those?
Yeah.
Going, killing, John? Killing's what brought you here. What made a newspaperman out of Billy, so he could put a stop to it. Killing's what made you both hang up your guns.
There's a good reason then. There's a better one now. Billy's been murdered.
You think getting the man that did it will make up for what your brother believed in and worked for all these years?
All that work isn't much good now.
John? Killing's what made you an outlaw. Started off all right. You wore a marshal's badge, you did a job, you got paid for it. But that gun grew on you, and you used it once too often. Now that same gun's going to start you all off over again. In the end, that gun will kill you.
No, it won't. This time I'll use Billy's.
There's some things man ain't got no right butting into. I guess this is one of them. I'll take care of the store. Anything else?
No, guess that's it. Thanks, Doc.
Something for you, senor?
A drink.
Help yourself.
Too much for me, Jen. If you feel like sitting in, don't take this chair. Been unlucky all day.
Here to sit in, we're short-handed.
Yeah, I might try my luck for a while. I'm not superstitious. Take it back.
Come through Amarillo, mister?
No. Around it.
Draw poker. No limit.
Suits me. Haven't played any poker in 5 years. Might be a little rusty.
Poker's like drawing a gun. Once you got the hang of it, you never forget how.
Looks like you fellas come a long way for a poker game. Couldn't you find one in town?
The community has expressed a most profound desire that some of us move on to more fertile fields. And rather than suffer the indignities of the tar barrel and the rather crude means of transportation, we decided to dispense with the amenities of the local peasantry and to adjourn to this annex of Mount Olympus to sing of our black deeds over a bowl of chili. In reality, my friend, we are simply awaiting the local stage. Ham? Sherlock?
Oh,
Raise your 50. Cards.
2.
I'll take 3.
How many for you?
One.
Check for the raise.
How about the 300 you have in front of you?
It's too much for me, Dylan.
Small full house.
Better draw another card.
What do you mean?
That 3 of clubs you got there was in my discard. Draw another card. Playing poker's no fun alone, mister. Be a shame not to know whether you filled that hand. Draw another card. Looks like that's my pot you're sweating over, mister. Now relax before I cash you in with it. Draw your gun easy with your left hand and throw it across the room. Cash me in.
Yes, sir.
Magnificent. 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 You, sir, are a poet of a sort.
How so?
You have poetry in motion, sir. I scarcely heard you slap leather.
Here's your money, sir. Oye, gordito.
Sí, señor.
¿Dónde puede conseguir caballo fresco?
Carlos le puede dar un caballo fresco. Está en el corral.
Thanks.
You, my earthly companion, have just crossed swords with one John Sands. I saw him draw like that 5 years ago in Dodge City. It was a beautiful funeral.
I don't know.
Got a fresh horse?
Got money? I got a horse.
Where do you want this one?
Unsaddle him and tie him up over there. I'll have another horse for you in just a minute. Raven, here comes the stage.
The stage. I see only a flaming chariot with Apollo at the reins. Here, Lucky, take me back. Gad, that last flagon of wine has upset me vital. Drive on!
He looks good.
He is good. One of the best I got.
How old is he?
3.5.
Fast?
Fast. Faster than anything around here.
How much?
With your horse, 100 even.
Oh, John.
Hello, Jim. Been a long time.
You won't be needing that horse, John.
You better take this. Don't want him to hang me for horse stealing, too. How'd you find me?
I came looking for the Raven. It looks like I found an eagle instead. Taking you in, John.
You can't do that, Jim. Somebody nailed Billy.
I'm sorry to hear that, John. I can't say I wouldn't like to see you get the man that did it. They ought to rawhide him up by his thumbs. When you did, it just mean another killing against you and another job for some other sheriff.
I'll give you that point. What about Billy?
If I were in your boots, I'd kill the man that did it. But I'm not. I'm stopping you.
I can beat you, Jim.
I know that. Man to man, I wouldn't stand a chance. But you're three of us.
I can beat them, too. Makes an interesting situation, doesn't it?
Guess we're about to run out of talk, John.
Watch yourself, Jim.
Drop.
Take him over this way. You too, Jim. You two, over in that tool shed. Go on. You better sit down, Jim. Don't want you fishing around this water truck. Wrap him up in that. Go on.
Been practicing, John?
Nope.
It's awful fast shooting.
Poker player just told me that playing cards is just like pulling a gun. Never forget how. He was right.
Did you kill him, too?
No, just beat him with 3 jacks. Better have a doc look at those hands. Oh, and Jim, don't try to follow me. I don't shoot so good from a horse. Oh, the deacon went down in the cellar to pray, but he got drunk and he stayed all day. Oh, the deacon went down in the cellar to pray, but he got drunk and stayed all day. Ain't a gonna grieve my Lord no more. I ain't a gonna grieve my Lord no more. I ain't a gonna grieve my Lord no more. I ain't a gonna grieve my Lord no more.
Sands came up through here. We got word that he left Amarillo Friday. That should put him in Sentinel in the next couple of days. Right now, he should be right about here.
Well, that kind of stops him at Sentinel.
In fact, it nearly cut him clean in two.
You'll never get Sands that way, kid. He'd beat you 7 ways from Sunday.
Sounds pretty good.
He is good. West of the Mississippi, there ain't another one like him. By the time you'd be reaching, he'd be shooting. I ran him out of this territory once, but not with a gun. The only way to stop Sands is to get him from behind.
You don't scare me. Nobody could be that fast.
No? I knew a kid once, about your age. He had quite a reputation about being fast with a gun. He backed down to Sands.
Yeah?
Yeah. Name was William Bonney. Ever hear of him?
Yeah. Billy the Kid.
In Sentinel, Sands means trouble. In the desert, that's the buzzard's worry. See that he doesn't get here. Think you can handle it?
Certainly.
You two fellas better go with him. And remember what I told you about not letting him see you do it.
Got somebody sleeping there?
If it is, it makes it easier.
I don't see no horse.
Ain't nobody, just a saddle.
Maybe he's further upstream.
You see him, don't waste time asking questions. There he is.
Where are you heading?
East.
Too bad. I thought you might be going into Sentinel.
Last couple of wagons are. Turning off at the forks up ahead. Hey, where's your saddle?
3 Alus jumped me about a mile back, trying to bushwhack me.
Well, I ain't never seen you, mister.
Thanks.
Don't bother shut the doors. Got the display.
Some spring.
Yeah, it's the new one. Oh, last week, breaking the looking glass 3 times. Quando lo potasse in ordine Valento. You like a haircut?
Just a shave.
Just a shave, you see. Oh, the chair, she's a new too. Make yourself comfortable, eh? Tell me, you just come in?
Yeah.
Oh, don't bother.
I know, Pop. It's got a spring.
You, going to live here?
Well, maybe.
It's a little hot, you know. It's a new stove, too. And I don't want to burn your portondolo piccolo coccardi oggi. Well, I thought perhaps you're going to stay with the other people who just to come in.
No. Why?
Oh, just wondered. I see you come out of the back of the wagon, and I figure you're going to settle here. You
job here?
Yeah.
You going to work for Mr. Garson?
That Matt Carson?
Oh, sure, you're in the whole town.
We may become associated.
Mister, if you are as tough as your beard, you are all right. What's the matter with these people in this town? Everybody is in a hurry. I'm glad I was not shaving you when he closed the door. Might have cut you put out the rosy. Wonder why you run off like that, huh?
Maybe he had a reason.
Yeah, I guess maybe he got some reason. Mister, you look as pretty as a creepo.
Hey, mister, where can I find Matt Carson?
Well, I'd find him anywhere in this town, but more than likely he's up at the last frontier.
Thanks, sir.
About 20 miles out.
I can't understand waiting. Looking for me, Sands?
Yeah. Seems like you've been doing some looking yourself, Matt.
I kind of been expecting you.
Word sure gets around.
What's on your mind?
Nothing important. But you went to so much trouble to welcome me, I thought I'd come by and pay my respects.
It's not funny, but I'll pass it.
Tell me you're a big wheel here in Sentinel, owning the whole town. Is that right, Matt?
Exactly. Now that you saved me the trouble of making that point clear, I'm going to save you some trouble.
You proud of me?
No, just giving you some advice. The town knows why you're here. It's your business. But when you start something in this territory, then it's my business.
Whole territory?
The whole Panhandle, Sands. If men got ideas that don't suit me, I put a stop to them. Trouble starts in Kirkland or Chillicothe or even Booker. I'll know it. I can put a stop to that, too. But in your case, you make things easy. I know what you're here for.
Planning on putting a stop to it?
I just want you to remember that I can.
Seems like nothing happens around here without your say-so.
That's right.
Tell me, Matt, what do you do when it rains?
I generally go inside.
Mr. Sands?
Yeah.
My name is Crockett, Elliot Crockett. I'd like a word with you.
Go ahead.
I'm not here. The hotel is...
Hotel room's crowded.
I understand, but this isn't the kind of business that will be settled in the street.
Just what is your business?
The deal, Mr. Sands. One that Billy Sands might have considered.
You begin to interest me.
There's a meadow about a quarter of a mile from town. That'll be private enough for my friends and me, and plenty of room for you.
How many friends have you got?
3? Why?
Are they going to ride out with us?
No, they'll meet us there.
In that case, you better tell them to be in the open when they ride in. If they have any ideas besides talk, remember I'll be riding right behind you.
I understand. Let's go.
Oh, I haven't got a saddle. Can you lend me a horse?
Sure, come on. They should be here any minute. Hi, gents. Gentlemen, Mr. John Sands. Mr. Wells, Mr. Tyler, Mr. Crump.
How do you do?
Hello.
Anything wrong, Mr. Sands?
No, just had the sun in my eyes. What is it that would have interested Will so much?
I'll be brief. This town needs cleaning up, and we think you can do it.
It's a big town.
Exactly, and someday we hope it'll be bigger. But first, we gotta make it safe. Honest people won't settle a town that's overrun with lawlessness and killing.
Meaning?
Meaning Matt Garson and everything he stands for.
You're not making sense, gentlemen. Why me?
To be perfectly frank, Sands, you do have a reputation.
Oh.
We need a man who'll stand up to Garson the way you did this afternoon. And we're willing to pay you for doing it.
You're still not making sense. You're asking me to do exactly what you're trying to stop.
Sometimes that's necessary. When there's no law, you have to clear a way for it. And this is the only way law can ever come to the Panhandle.
You mean the same law that'll hang me?
That's another point. We can guarantee you nothing. We hire you only as a paid troubleshooter to clean up this town in any way you see fit.
There's some big people behind this. Washington usually takes care of its friends.
You make a good offer, gentlemen. I have another job.
Well, we thought possibly your brother's death might make you see things our way.
Maybe. Depends on who it was. And you might get the job done anyway, and it wouldn't cost you a red cent. Right now, I need a bath and some sleep. So if you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I think I'll go in town, look for a hotel.
Mr. Sands, if you don't care for yourself, please consider the other people of this territory. If Garson isn't stopped soon, it may be years before the Panhandle is opened up to settlers. Every outlaw in the Union will take up here and just thumb his nose at the law.
What you mean is that outlaws are not good business for the merchants. Isn't that it, Mr. Crump?
Now, that's unfair, Sands. You know yourself that criminals have no place living as free men in an open territory.
Aren't you forgetting there's a price on my head?
We didn't come here to force a proposition, but to make one.
You're going about it the wrong way. The way it stands now, I want no part of it. You can hire a man's guns, but you can't buy the way he lives.
We're not trying to tell you how to live, Sands. We're just trying to make it easier for other people to...
Gentlemen, I still need that bath.
Then what we've said doesn't interest you?
I'll think it over. I'll leave your horse at the stable, Mr. Crockett. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I believe you're following me, Slim.
No, ma'am. I was just looking for a place to have a drink.
What's the matter with the hotel?
Nothing, ma'am. Why?
There's a bar inside.
There is? Or is it that?
You're not very observing, Slim.
Pretty girl can be very distracting sometimes.
Oh, thank you. Well, what's under all that hat, Slim?
Just me, ma'am.
That's nice. And who's me?
I'm John Sands.
You should leave your hat off more, John. It doesn't have to you justice. Are you just, passing through?
If I were, I'd sure be tempted to stick around now.
Thank you again. It isn't often a girl gets two nice compliments all in one day. And the day is nearly gone.
Ma'am, it's nice to know you. You know him?
Just met him. His name is John Sands.
I know.
Was he a friend of yours, Sam?
An acquaintance.
He is beautiful.
Good evening, Mr. Sands.
Well, if it isn't little boy Blue. You sound like you just got out of church.
What does that mean?
Aren't you overdoing that Mr. Sands a little?
You're a big man, Mr. Sands. We're always polite to celebrities.
I'm flattered. In that case, get me a table.
Sure. How about that one?
Too many people leaning in your beer. How about one against the wall?
Anything you say. Can I get you a drink?
Sure. They'll serve it to you.
Mind if I have a drink with you? I understand you call Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
Well, all started one day when I heard Billy was in town.
He was looking for you, huh?
Something like that. It's been raining out. The streets were all muddied up, so I was sitting in the local bar. Just keeping my feet dry, and in walked Billy. He was soaked clean to the skin, and I could see he was plenty mad. When he saw me, he just stood there in a big puddle of water and spit. Sands, he said, his hand moving towards his 45 and his hip. This town's too small for both of us. I'll meet you in the street in 5 minutes.
Go on.
Well, I don't mind telling you, I was worried. Billy was fast. He'd stop at nothing to get me. So I sat there, waiting, worrying, counting the minutes. When the time was up, I was sweating like a stuck hog. The whiskey tasted just like sand. So I checked my guns and stepped out.
Yeah?
Well, it was raining so hard I couldn't see him at first. And after a while, I spotted him, standing there in about a foot of mud and looking just like old Satan himself. When he saw me, he just laughed, started moving in slow like, putting one foot in front of the other, just like he was walking a tight wire. Sands, he says, I'm going to bury you right here in this mud. Billy, I said, make your play.
What the devil happened?
He killed me.
Killing you, Sands, is something that's just waiting to be done.
Hello.
Hello, boss man.
Look beautiful. You can't work all night. You better go home and get some sleep.
Matt Garson, you're the cause of these deep, dark circles.
How so?
Memo, Mr. Garson. If you want your secretary to get some sleep at night, stop taking her for those long afternoon rides.
Take a letter, Miss O'Carroll.
Yes.
My dear Miss O'Carroll, I can see no other alternative. It's either the rides or accepting my 203rd proposal as of this minute.
Oh, Matt.
You could do worse, you know.
Maybe I could do better.
Like John Sands, maybe?
Jealous?
It depends.
On what?
On whether I can walk you home tonight.
Well, I think it can be arranged.
Here. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Boss.
Excuse me a minute, I mean.
Fellow crump's at it again. Lost over 2,000, beginning to raise a ruckus. Looks like he might start some trouble.
I'm sorry, June, but you better run along. I'll see you in the morning.
All right, Matt. Good night. Hello, Slim.
Good evening, ma'am.
What must a lady do to rate a seat with the fabulous John Sands?
Just sit. Seem to be plagued with an uncommon amount of wit this afternoon.
I wasn't being witty. Since this afternoon, I've heard a lot about you.
Speaking of this afternoon.
It's okay, folks. Just cleaning my gun. Now go on back to your fun.
May I see you home?
Yes.
Anybody see him come in? No, Matt. All right, C goes out the same way. Tough way to lose a hand.
I bet a silver dollar he was cheating anyway.
You cup?
Who's going to take care of our friend?
I will get rid of him tomorrow. Guess we'll have to have a new deck.
Why?
We can't use these. Carson shot him right through a full house.
Nice night.
It's nice of you to walk me home.
I guess I'm walking the both of us home.
Oh? This is nice that way. What's the matter, John?
Not a thing, ma'am. Why?
Well, you've hardly spoken since we left the last frontier.
Said it was a nice night.
Didn't realize you were that interested in the state of the weather.
More wit.
Good night, Mr. Sands. Maybe you'll let me walk with you on your way home some night.
It's none of my business, but what's a nice girl like you doing in that saloon?
I worked for Mr. Garson.
Work for her?
Yes, is that so hard to understand? I needed a job, and Matt needed a secretary.
That sounds real cozy.
I don't like that remark, Mr. Sands. Your reputation hasn't exactly set you up for the job of town parson.
Maybe my reputation isn't very good. It's better than Garson's.
That's a matter of opinion. You're too big for your boots, Mr. Sands. And your Stetson's overcrowded.
By the way, what's your name?
June? June O'Carroll.
How's it, Dick?
Stewart, you got here in a hurry.
Got a couple good horses. Don't tell me you rode all this way just to get your leather back.
Nothing like that. Come to think of it, though, I could use a saddle.
Well, what happened to yours?
Well, now, I had some unexpected visitors for breakfast a couple of days ago. They hurried me so much I rode off and plumb forgot it.
Your load's still in the wagon. You can take your pick. Round here, you'll find it easy making a fair trade.
Weaknesses of human nature are a funny thing, ma'am, especially when they're left alone to do business. I found out they're no respecter of localities.
Should have been a deacon.
Should have kept my mouth shut. Had my boot in it ever since last night.
Well, I warned you about this town, cowboy. No place for a saddlesmith.
Afraid I'll give you some competition?
No. Afraid you might not live long enough to be able to.
I sell leather goods, ma'am, but I don't tell my customers how to make their saddles.
Well, take your pick.
This one looks okay. How much?
Just what I paid you for it, $40. Should have stayed in Mexico. This town's got more in it than a cantankerous scow with a Winchester. Some that wouldn't hold still for a leather lashing like you gave me.
I'm awfully proud of lady, ma'am. You were shooting too straight. Whipping that gun away from you was better than getting shot full of holes.
Just heard John Sands was in town. Why don't you try it on him?
I don't think he'd take kindly to the idea, ma'am. He might be a little sensitive about losing his gun.
Then you'd better stick to the hoopsters. Get off of the street.
Hey, mister.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah, can you tell me how to find the Stewart Ranch?
About 2 miles north of town, just t'other side of Twin Rivers. You can't miss it. It's the Circle S.
Thank you. Oh, the deacon went down in the cellar to pray, but he got drunk and he stayed all day. Oh, the deacon went down in the cellar to pray. Da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum.
Hello?
Anybody home?
You sure take to following people, cowboy.
I wanted to talk to you, ma'am.
I thought talking you got along about as well as cattlemen and homesteaders. It's Will Sands. Was killed not long ago.
How well did you know him?
Well enough. Now what's on your mind that brings you all the way out to the Circle S?
You just knowing Will Sands is enough. Having his picture means you must have known him pretty well.
How do you tie in with Will, mister?
About as close as two men can get. We both answer to the same name. I'm Will's brother.
You're John Sands? You don't look much like Will, mister. You sure don't act like him.
Well, there were 6 years between us. Besides, hard living changes a man sometimes.
I knew Will had a brother. He never talked much about you. Why?
Well, we both thought it'd be best. A lot of folks would have liked to ruin Will because of my reputation.
I don't know why you didn't tell me this in the first place. It saved us both a lot of trouble.
I didn't know you and Will were friends.
We're a little more than that, Mr. Sands. We're going to be married. Would you like to see where Will was buried?
Was it close by?
It's not far from the house. Will and I used to ride up there often. It's a place we both loved.
I'd like to see it.
This was our valley.
Man could do a lot of thinking here.
This was Will's favorite spot. It's down there.
Thanks, Dusty.
You're always welcome. Come out again.
Bye. Who is it? On in. That's quite a load for a little fellow. Not very hot.
I've been a long time getting here. I don't see why people have to take baths anyway.
Sometimes they're necessary.
I guess baths are all right if other folks take them. Thanks.
Look, Matt, just give me the word and I'll bust that troublemaker up good.
No rush. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time for him to go nosing around. He might find something.
Let him nose. He won't find anything but trouble for himself.
I think you're making a big mistake.
Floyd, aren't you forgetting something? I don't make mistakes. It can wait.
Yes, who is it?
I live across the hall, ma'am. You're making so dad blame much noise, my 7 kids can't sleep.
Well, do you think your wife would approve of me? Not to mention your 7 little coyotes.
I doubt it very much. She weighs over 300 pounds and she swings a mighty mean skillet.
In that case, you'd better come in right away before she sees you.
Looks like you swing a pretty mean something or other, too. What is that stuff?
Stuff is what's left of my face cream.
You women sure must look funny, all smeared up like an engine.
Big overgrown. If I ever lose...
Do you always get your way?
Mm-hmm. Boy!
You do.
Do what?
Get your way.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that all you can say?
Mm-hmm. Looks like that fella's too tired to walk.
Then let him sleep it out.
He appears like he might be dead tired.
Who?
That hombre they're carrying across the street.
It's none of your business.
It might be.
Maybe he's drunk.
Yeah, maybe.
Why should it concern you?
Might be an old friend of the family. Anyway, I think I'll go down and walk around.
Uncomfortable, John?
No, just curious. I'll be back.
I'll be asleep.
Good night, Miss O'Carroll.
Sam?
Sure is. Get him out of here.
Mr. Sands?
Hi, Mr. Crockett.
Have a chair, Sands, and I'll buy you a drink.
Whiskey. How about you, little boy, Blue? You look plumb wore out.
Looks like you've acquired a new handle, Floyd. Sands here thinks you remind him of something out of Mother Goose.
Mr. Sands is a great one for fairy tales.
Oh, I didn't know you fancied children's stories.
Sure.
Tells them well, too.
I usually have a pretty green audience.
You're getting out of line, Sands.
Looks like you've been getting way out of line. Horse bite you?
I got scratched up by some brambles.
That's so.
Yeah, I've been hunting skunk.
At night?
I got a habit of hunting varmint, especially after dark.
My pa always told me that habit was a bad thing to get into. It's good advice, youngster. He also told me if you go crawling around the dirt, it's best to be looking for something. No use getting all dirtied up over nothing.
Maybe your pa told you how to get rid of a skunk smell, too, Sands.
Listen, Buster, you're beginning to rub me the wrong way. And I don't like being bushwhacked in the dark.
Somebody try to nail you?
About 15 minutes ago. You ought to know about that, Matt.
If you got any ideas about it being Floyd, he's been here for the last 2 hours. And I'd hate to see you strung up by a mob of outraged citizens for killing an innocent man.
I'll give you that point, Matt. But if you sick this cheap tin horn gunslinger on me again, I'll have his dirty blonde scalp. You better sit down, Sonny. Once is enough. You looking for this?
Very interesting, Mr. Sands. Maybe you'd care to try that with somebody your own size.
You're about my size.
When it's necessary.
another barrel left. It says I'm going to see a good fight, without any interference. It's for you, too, Sonny. You've had your chance.
Long day.
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
Pretty good man with his fists.
You want Matt's scalp so bad, why don't you get it yourself? Seemed pretty handy with that scatter gun.
I'm going to tell you just once more, Sands. If you still don't understand, well, you can start an engine war of your own for all I care. When I was scouting for General Grant, some of the bigwigs in the capital liked my way of getting things done. They figured the Panhandle was too important to Texas and Oklahoma to be run by one man.
I don't take much to politics.
I'll put in with you, but this goes deeper than that.
Say those bigwigs like the way you got things done.
Yeah.
Seems to me you do an awful lot of talking.
My government comes first, Sands. I have my orders.
A lot of words, Croc.
I've seen a lot of men die for the Union, Sands. Sometimes to protect a piece of land a lot smaller than the Panhandle. But I guess that's too darn foolish for you to understand.
You know, I used to ride with a man that had some pretty fair ideas about dying for something important. I've seen his men go down fighting for a piece of ground no bigger than that hunk you're standing on.
Oh, outlaw?
Might have called him that. Name was Lee. Robert E. Lee.
Seen Joan? Yeah, saw her going to church this morning.
Your friend Sands. Like you said, I guess he is a pretty good man. With your women.
It was a nice sermon, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Sure enjoyed it.
Look, I thought you were going to help me this morning.
Well, it's Sunday, Matt, and I wanted to go to church.
Sure it was just church?
Well, I think it would be all right, even if it weren't.
Well, I don't think so.
Well, I do.
You don't seem to know much about women, do you, man?
And I don't like being made out a fool.
Maybe not. You sure make it easy sometimes.
That could be. But I don't think you're going to be around to tell about it.
That so?
That's the way it is, Sands. Your time's running out in Sentinel.
You're crowding me again, Matt.
I mean to. See that cloud? It's heading this way. When it hits, I don't want you around to get wet.
Hello, Dusty. Going home?
Yeah. John,
Yeah.
what's Garson have to say?
Gave me until arranged to get out of town.
Sounds like him. He can back a threat, too. He'll kill you if you don't get out, John.
Where was Will killed, Dusty?
Beside Garson's place, in the alley. Why?
Well, if I'm going to find the man that did it, I'll have to get him the next hour or so.
I don't think you'll have to look far.
I'll need proof.
Getting chilly. Good luck, John. You can always find me at the Circle S if you're mind to.
It's no good, Matt. Your apologies are wasted.
But what in the
It's the way you do things. Up until now, I've turned my back on what people have said about you. Now, I'm beginning to wonder.
Don't you think you're getting a little high-handed for a gal that runs around with an outlaw? A man that's got a price on his head in every state of the Union?
I've heard you had something to do with that, too.
But you're forgetting
I'm not forgetting anything. You're a good boss, Matt. But it stops there. What's going to happen to John?
He's leaving us.
More orders?
Some people have a way of just knowing when they're not wanted.
All right, Matt. I'll finish my work here tonight. But tomorrow, you better start looking for a new secretary.
That's all I know, Mr. Sands. Old Pop Jenkins found him. Why don't you talk to him? He knows more about it than I do.
Thanks. Where can I find him?
Why, he runs a little tobacco store. But that's him now, over there playing chess.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
You Pop Jenkins?
Mm-hmm.
The one that found Billy Sands?
Mm-hmm.
Did you find anything unusual?
No.
Anybody else around that might know something?
Come on in, John. Any luck?
Can't find something that just isn't there in the first place. I can't go gunning for a man without some kind of proof. It's nice work. Yours?
Yeah. Matter of fact, it's your silver.
I thought so. Well, there's a right smart design. Who'd you make that for?
Matt Garson. Fell out of a gun belt I made him a while back. Can I get you some coffee, John?
Yeah, I don't mind if I do. When did Garson first notice he was missing the concho?
Oh, it must have been about a month ago.
Did you say that was before Will's death?
Matter of fact, it must have been just about the time it happened. Asked me to pick him another couple days later. Said he just noticed it was missing. Sugar?
Supposing somebody had found this and turned it over to me.
That wouldn't leave you with much.
There's an old saying about a molehill. You know as well as I do Garson had something to do with bushwhacking Will. Maybe with this concho I can force his hand.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because I may need you to back me up later.
Go on.
But if you were Garson, what would you do if I told you that this was found on Will right after he was shot?
Shoot you on the spot.
Thanks, Dusty.
John. This is your play. But it isn't only Garson you're bucking up against. He's got a lot of killers on his payroll.
Next time I ride by this way, I'd like to go and visit that little valley of yours again. Looks like it's gonna rain.
Take care of yourself, John.
Taking up a lot of street, Floyd. Planning on giving you 6 feet of it.
Go on home, little man.
I'll go home after they bury you.
Go ahead, Sonny. I'll give you the first shot.
Why, you dirty no-good.
Where's Garson?
Upstairs in the last door to your left.
Take it easy. Kicking down doors is a lot of work, Sands. Next time, just walk right in. It's a lot easier.
I ran into some of your boys down on the street. They seem to think this might be a private game.
Looks like you got kind of wet waiting around.
I figure your boys are a lot wetter than I am by now.
Floyd always was a little too anxious. Seems like little boy Blue tooted his horn once too often. Jack, go haul him out of the street. He's liable to lie out there all night, and it wouldn't be too good for business. This is an open game, Sands. Sit in if you like.
I came up for something else.
Talk's easier over a card table. You might see things clear with a good hand.
I'll take this one.
Relax, boys.
Stud, you're dealing.
Raise your 100.
Afraid I can't call you. A little short of cash. What's that worth to you, Garson?
No more than the price of the silver. About 10 cents, I'd say.
Funny. Thought you'd make a sizable bet to claim it.
You must have a pretty good hand, Sands. You put a lot of value on a piece of silver. What makes you think I'd say it was worth more?
That's the ace I need to fill a dead man's hand.
I miss your comparison.
You're missing more than that, Garson. That empty space in your gun belt. Seems like that concho just about fill it up.
You've got pretty good eyes, Sands. They must have been especially good when you found this. Where did it turn up?
In Billy Sands' hand, right after you shot him.
It would be hard to prove. But I can take the chance. So stand up and take your gun belt off and put it on the table.
Must think I'm crazy, Matt.
I'd think you were crazy if you didn't. There's a 30-30 pointed right at your head. I'm surprised, Sands. I figured you for more sense.
Guess a man's entitled to one mistake now and then.
It's all in how you look at it. But that's the difference between you and me, Sands. I don't make mistakes.
Looks like mine might prove fatal.
I can guarantee it. Ed, get his guns. Take him to my room. He won't be needing it. All right, you can come in now, Jack, and escort Mr. Sands down to the alley.
Taking a man's guns is one way of making sure.
It's the only way. Take him down and keep him in the alley. I'll be along shortly.
That's the way you took care of Billy?
Yeah. And you're standing in the same spot.
I'm glad you came in, Matt. I'd like to go downstairs for a minute.
Yeah. Go right ahead, honey. I got something to do here anyway.
Getting wet, Mr. Sands? Matt told you not to be around when it rains.
Jack?
we all make mistakes sometimes, man. Thanks. Thanks for helping me out.
I said I'd be walking you home sometime.
That's right, you did. You did at that.
I'm going with you, John.
I had some things to straighten out with the law, remember?
But what you did tonight should take care of everything.
Might help. Don't you worry your head about me. And don't go away. I'm coming back.
Oh, the deacon went down in the cellar to pray, but he got drunk and he stayed all day. Oh, the deacon went down in the cellar to pray, but he got drunk